All right, Melania Trump gave a speech the other day that I want to talk about, and I want to talk about it for two reasons. Number one, it was kind of bizarre, and there was several points of it to me that didn't make literally any sense, and I kind of need your help because I want to see if maybe I've never been the best at grammar. I've never been a great school student, so in my head, I'm like, maybe I'm literally misunderstanding this speech, but I don't think I am. The speech was kind of low effort and bizarre, but because Melania gave this low effort and bizarre speech, it gives me an opportunity to talk about her movie, which we have got a lot of new connections around Jeffrey Epstein and the Melania movie. I know that sounds bizarre, but it's important to talk about. So we're going to talk about all of this. Before we do, if you clicked on this video and you're like, who is this guy? I clicked on the Adam Mockler channel. Don't worry, you did click on the Adam Mockler channel. My name is Chris Mowrey. I now do a daily episode here on the Adam Mockler channel. So if you enjoy this video, this style of content, I do make videos on my own YouTube channel, and you can make sure you're subscribed to both me and Adam Mockler right down below. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, before we start here, I want to point out this article that came out yesterday. Trump holds on to Melania for dear life while descending the Air Force One stairs. I'm not going to play the audio of this because it's literally just super loud Air Force One jet. But if we watch Donald Trump here coming down these stairs, got a little bit of a I don't know what's going on here. A lot of people were talking about this, but got a little bit of a death grip going on here. Yeah, right there, Donald. We've talked a lot here on this channel, obviously, about Donald Trump's very clear and obvious cognitive decline as the oldest president ever, but really seems to be just gripping Melania Trump there, attempting not to fall down. And this comes just shortly after he actually also recently talked about the fact that he has to walk downstairs slowly because you don't want to fall. You have to walk down slowly, or you fall down, you look silly. We are dealing with a leader of the free world who is completely and totally incompetent. Take a listen to this.
Right. America is respected again as a country. We were not respected with Biden. They looked at him falling downstairs every day. Every day the guy's falling downstairs. He said, it's not our president. We can't have it. I'm very careful, when I walk downstairs, like I'm on stairs, like these stairs, I walk very slowly. Nobody has to set a record. Just try not to fall, because it doesn't work out well. A few of our presidents have fallen, and it became a part of their legacy. We don't want that. You walk nice and easy. You don't have to set any record. Be cool.
Thank you for that, Donald Trump. Really appreciate that very insightful message. Again, the president here doing well. Another photo from the Melania movie, Donald Trump essentially trying to pull away the first lady. And I remind you, currently not living together, which I find interesting. Now, to her speech, okay? Let's listen to this first part. She's giving a speech, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, her Valentine's Day address, essentially. Take a listen to this.
The union of patriotism and family devotion among our soldiers for 250 years. The harmony of love of country and love of family is what make us uniquely American. It is very balanced, which strengthens our military and builds our communities.
Okay, so that made sense, but that was oddly low effort. Very low effort. I guess I say oddly. Everything in this administration is low effort to some degree, but she said that what makes America unique is our love of family and our love of country. It's like, there's a lot of things that make the United States unique. That's not one of them, actually. Most places, everywhere, every country on earth loves their family and their country and balance in the military. And I don't know, just like that seems almost ChatGPT-esque, which is, by the way, what her movie was like. I think it right now it's like statistically the worst rated movie on IMBD. Is that the where you rate movies? Movies with at least like 10,000 reviews or something. It's the worst rated of all time. It's an awful movie. Adam Mockler here tweeting, well, that was a massive disgrace to the American people. Barely even speaks English, not from here, associates with criminals and pedophiles. Do not see the Melania movie. Tweeted this on the day of the big game, or around the big game, with all the conversation around Bad Bunny. I thought this was a great tweet, 119,000 likes. So we got a little bit of ChatGPT going on, but we also we also just have parts that make no sense. And I literally scrolled comments for a long time because I'm like, maybe I don't understand the meaning of this. You can let me know in the comments down below, but to me, this makes no sense. Listen.
To our great armed forces of the United States stationed all over the world, I have a nostalgia-filled message. Happy Valentine's Day.
What? Okay. Wait. Pause. Excuse me. Melania Trump, excuse me. A nostalgia-filled message. Happy Valentine's Day. What does that even mean? Why would the message... Why would saying Happy Valentine's Day to people, families around the world, be a nostalgia-filled message? I don't know. You can let me know what you think in the comments down below, but I don't think that was supposed to say nostalgia. Was this speech written by ChatGPT? I don't know. But because we're talking about Melania Trump, showing some pictures of Trump and the Melania movie, again, reminding you some of the connections we have between Melania Trump, Donald Trump, the Melania movie, and Jeffrey Epstein. So right in the middle there, Brett Ratner, that is the director of the Melania movie. This photo is a crazy one. I have a lot of crazy photos with Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, people who, certainly you should not associate with. This one with Diddy on the far right, and then Brett Ratner here in the middle. Brett Ratner, somebody who just got photos of, again, the director of the Melania movie, directly next to Donald Trump and two young girls, underage girls who have their faces redacted. Absolutely sickening. It's a truly sickening photo. But of course, the party of protecting children doesn't care. In fact, the party of protecting children is literally actively protecting pedophiles, protecting a pedophile, Donald J. Trump. We talked about this a little bit in the last video that I made here or a few videos ago I made here on this channel. Military pressure to seat Melania against their will. This is kind of odd, but is also, again, a good example of the rising politicization of the executive branch, the rising executive authority, we see in the United States. Some reporting there that that people in the military were reporting that they were told by their commanding officers to go watch the Melania movie in theaters, with one specific quote about somebody who was very overtly political, essentially demanding that his soldiers watch the movie. Not being well received here in the United States. If you are watching from outside the United States, I love you. You're amazing. But not being, I assume, not well received anywhere else around the world, but certainly not well received here. Some photos here of billboards around Melania, a new film. My husband F's kids. Well, you might not be wrong there. Everybody, these photos being essentially vandalized. Melania crossed out. Melania is in the Epstein files written here. Melania crossed out with devil horns. Again, one of the worst rated movies ever, which is crazy to think about. And again, when you start to look up and understand the idea of Melania Trump and her connection with Jeffrey Epstein, Melania Trump, the director, hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, and this document showing that Melania Trump pretty clearly met Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein. This is a document from the Epstein files. Blank put blank in contact with an agent named Apollo Zampali, who worked with ID Model, somebody who Donald Trump appointed for a position, actually. Zampali was trying to buy elite models with Epstein, and Epstein introduced Melania Trump to Donald Trump. That's pretty insane. A lot of these connections kind of gets wild. And I know you're feeling the same way hearing all the revelations about the files. I remind you that Melania Trump threatened to sue Hunter Biden for saying that she had connections with Jeffrey Epstein, sue Hunter Biden for suggesting Trump and Melania were connected with Epstein or possibly met through Epstein. She threatened to sue for defamation, but never did, which I think is pretty indicative of the validity of her defamation claims. Take a listen to this.
Gentlemen, the day of presidential litigation has arrived. It's lawsuit time. In my hand is a legal demand letter addressed to Mr. Hunter Biden from the First Lady of the United States, demanding a retraction of Channel 5's video called Hunter Biden Returns, in which Mr. Biden here makes some speculative comments about the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein, Melania Trump, and Donald Trump.
Okay, well, they knew each other well. They spent an enormous time together. According to his biographer, is that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Melania. That's how Melania and the First Lady and the President met.
Really?
Yeah.
Epstein made the intro.
Yeah, according to Michael Wolff.
Yeah.
And so I only can go by what people are saying, and I don't know.
He didn't make these claims out of nowhere. They come from another journalist named Michael Wolff, who is a biographer that actually spoke to Jeffrey Epstein. But now here we are. And I've got $1 billion document in my hands because Mrs. Trump is seeking $1 billion in damages if we don't take the video down and if Hunter here doesn't issue a formal apology to Mrs. Trump. So now we're here maybe to give you the platform to apologize to the First Lady for your statements that you made about her possible connection to Jeffrey Epstein.
Fuck that. That's not going to happen.
And that was it. That was Hunter Biden's entire statement on that. F that not going to happen. And what happened? Nothing. Melania Trump deciding not to sue. I wonder why. There's going to be no validity in that type of lawsuit. Again, this administration, Melania Trump, Donald Trump, everybody in it for themselves, in it for power, and in it to enrich themselves as well. I refuse to believe no one is held accountable for Trump coin and Melania coin. Both of these cryptocurrencies they launched, the Trump organization makes money every single time the coin is traded, which could be, and now it's probably not traded very often per day, but it could be thousands, millions of times per day. They're making money on all the trading fees. They've gotten unbelievably rich on these cryptocurrency coins, and both Melania coin and Trump coin literally practically down 99% or 90%. Whatever the exact number is, not super important to say that if you threw all your money in this, it would be completely worthless. You'd have no money. Melania Trump and Trump coin essentially called a rug pull. It was, essentially was worth some amount of money at one point, and then people started selling. The insiders sold, they got rich, and now the coin down 99%, and nobody cares. Absolutely insane levels of corruption we are seeing within the United States right now. That's why we got to keep fighting one day at a time, especially midterms are around the corner. So make sure you are registered to vote. I appreciate you watching this video. Truly, it means a lot. Remember, my name is Chris Mowrey. I do a daily a daily episode here on the Adam Mockler channel. Make sure you subscribe to both me and Adam Mockler right down below, and I will see you in the next video.